Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, safety, salutations unto the hopeful elect. It's your brother Kasab on Yahweh, coming at you in a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. And in today's lesson, it's just we're just gonna come at you. We're gonna come at you another one, man. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 32. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. Yeah, man. Watching this dude, Large Man Abroad, which I believe he's a Jake. He might be an Edomite, but this nigga read as fucking this damn video, man. Anyway, but as you can see, it says, let's read the title here. It says, MAGA Mike exposed. Americans should be grateful as the U.S. collapses, man. So, you Edomites are through, man. You're through, man. This place is over, man. You know what I mean? When you look at these Edomites out in public, they're defeated, man. I mean, they're just defeated, man. You know, and I'm loving it. You know what I mean? I'm loving it. Let me read this right here. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Yeah, man. So, and that seems to be coming out every lesson. You know? But let's give it a play. Let's look at these Edomite clowns and see what they got to say.
You don't actually have to clean the grease traps at night.
This has been encouraging to see. The visitors appreciate what we have. Dutch travelers are in all Buc-ee's. German players took a midnight trip to the Waffle House. It was the greatest thing they ever seen. English fans are roaming the Everglades. Japanese tourists marveling over free chips and salsa at Mexican restaurant in Texas.
Dude, he's bragging about Buc-ee's. This guy is literally standing at a podium in the United States Capitol using a gargantuan dystopian gas station in the Midnight Thunderdome, a midnight fighting pit that is the Waffle House.
And, you know, Esau, you're through, man. Come on, man. Niggas, out of everything you could have said, you said a motherfucker celebrating some Waffle House, bro, and some Buc-ee's. Esau, you just a clown, man. And even your own people are tired of your ass, man. But I do believe Large Man Abroad is an Israelite. You know what I mean? Even though he's red as fuck. Me personally, I think he's a Jake, but let's watch some more.
His metrics for human freedom. Look at the Dutch, right there in awe of the giant beaver emblem. Just like everything else in this country, this is mental illness. We are a nation of consumers trapped in a giant corporate feeding trough, and this guy thinks that the basket of free chips and salsa in a Texas Mexican food restaurant, one of the restaurants that they like to strip of all the staff because they're brown.
Yeah, what did he say? They like to get them because they're brown, man. Would say ICE agents detain workers at a Mexican restaurant after visiting business for lunch, man. Let me get that scripture. Yeah, man, because Esau, scripture says never trust thy enemy, man. You know? Let's see. Judah and Israel oppressed together. Let's see. Yeah, man, because I mean, yeah, here it goes. Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Yeah, man. So what he's saying is spot on, man. You know what I mean? They going in there to get you, Northern Kingdom. You know, but they get us the worst. They get y'all first, and they get us the worst. Southern Kingdom Jake coming to you live, man. Let's continue.
He wants to treat that like that's a cultural victory that should silence all the domestic dissent. And let's be completely real about where these tourists are actually spending their money, because they're not going to the rural areas. Like, they're flooding into the major metropolitan areas. They're eating, they're drinking, they're using the transit systems of America's blue cities. The exact same places that Mike Johnson and the rest of these MAGA ghouls call communist hellscapes every single night on cable news. Right, the places that they claim are burning to the ground, the places they tell the base should be invaded and occupied by the United States Marine Corps, they don't own a single square inch of the culture that these tourists are actually enjoying. The second the World Cup ends, and the final plane takes off, Johnson will pivot right back to calling these cities godless hives that need to be sanitized under his twisted version of Christian Sharia. It is a total f***ing joke.
Don't forget your blessings. The people from Europe and Latin America, many countries around the world, many of them, here's the key, they grew up under repressive state-controlled economies. They've never known freedom. They've never known these kinds of things. and they're seeing them for themselves, the genius of America's system.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget your blessings. I want to open up the gates of hell for a second here and look at the blessings regular working Americans are actually waking up to in the summer of 2026. And let's look at the World Cup itself. The average American can't even afford a ticket to get into the stadium in their own cities.
And that's facts, man. Jake and Esau both broke as fuck right now, man. You know what I mean? Can't nobody do nothing. You know what I mean? But that goes back to that scripture. Was that Baruch? Let's read that again, man. Going back over here to Baruch. You know, he said they can't even afford in their own cities, man. You know? Baruch. Come on. Let's see. So I just read it. Yeah, because he just said, you know, people in their own fucking cities can't afford these things, man. You know? So, let's see. I can't find it, but I just read it. I mean, it's in the book of Baruch, bro. Let me see. Yeah, that's stupid as fuck right there. Oh, no, it's not. Miserable. Yeah, Baruch 4:32. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. Yeah, these Edomites are miserable, man. You know, our people too, but this is about you Edomites, man. You know, they can't even afford nothing anymore, man.
People are screaming on social media because they spend thousands of dollars on secondary markets like StubHub only for the tickets to never actually arrive or get canceled at the last minute.
If you are a shy guy, wouldn't you like to experience?
But yeah, man, that's basically the point, man. Yeah, man, you Edomites, you're through, man. You know, your world is crashing, and like Loaded Lux said in the song "Parachutes," the top gonna be a smooth ride down, man. You know. I'm in there giving all praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Rakakodash, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, safety, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.